Hi, it's December 30th, 2010, one day before the end of the year, and I'm getting ready to head off to Vegas tomorrow night at 7 p.m. This is my first try at a video log, so we'll see how it goes. I'm going to try and record this every day for a while and see if I get better at it as time goes on and be more descriptive. Let's see, what did I do today? Today was the day I got my taxes together and finally sent them in for 2009. About 3 months late. They were due actually 3 months ago. I did file for an extension initially because they were due back in April, and of course I missed that deadline too. That extended it till, October, and I missed October, so it's December 31st or 30th. And I just sent them in today, so I drove into Ann Arbor to the post office, had lunch at the cheesy Korean place, bibimbap, my favorite, with beef and egg over easy. And now I'm back home in the basement here getting files packed up. I'm actually cleaning up pictures from the past. I found some stuff from 1999 and some from 2003. Makes me wonder what I did with all my pictures, because I'm sure I took quite a few back then, but I can't seem to find files anywhere. I stumbled across these because I found an old one of these old memory sticks here. This is what it looks like. One of these jobby-doos. They don't make these anymore. The maximum size was 128 meg, which back in the day, back then, nobody thought that you'd ever need anything bigger, because that was an awful lot. Of course, nowadays a gigabyte is a joke, and this could never be anywhere near that. These were horribly unreliable, too. What would happen is after you'd record a bunch of stuff, they tend to go bad after the 10th or 20th use or so. I actually have a collection of these upstairs, and I had an old underwater camera that does still work, which is almost no value. It used to take AA batteries, which is nice, but it took these stupid memory cards, and these things would fill up fast. I had the 128 megabyte ones, and they still filled up too quickly. It was a great camera, crappy memory card, okay housing. It was good in its time. It was the first really cheap one. Anyway, I'm rambling too long, so I'm off to Vegas. I'm actually what I've been thinking about. I've thought about buying this laundromat that came up available in Big Pine Key, Florida, which of course I'd like to live there, but I'm not sure if that's realistic. Unfortunately, the laundromat's kind of gone out of business, and the guy, fortunately or unfortunately, it's out of business. The guy who owns the mall that the laundromat's in has claimed it now, and he doesn't really want to run it, and he's basically ready to have somebody else take it over. But he can't really provide any financials at this point. As in, he can say what the expenses are, but he can't really provide revenue, which, it's pretty scary to take something over if you don't know if it can make money or not. So we'll see. I'm going back and forth with him, and unfortunately, the more I talk to him, I'm getting more and more queasy about the whole thing. Because, originally it's take it over. Well, I'll take it over, and we'll do the same lease we got now. We'll just extend it. And now it's turned into, well, I'd like to get my money back that I didn't get for the months when the guy wasn't paying me, which I don't see why I should have to pay that. So anyway, so what's happening is, because we haven't negotiated anything firm, the line keeps moving and not in my favor, against my favor, so that's kind of not promising. Let me think, what else has happened that I need to tell you about? I did buy a shack in the Keys, which I bought a place for $80,000, which is scary as hell. It's like all termite infested and half ready to fall down. I need to pull the walls off and rebuild them, but hey, it's in the Keys. My plan was to drive my RV down and live in it. So after I bought it, I stumbled across a guy that said, he's willing to pay me $100 for it. I paid $80. So I've kind of been entertaining that, but, what's made all this complicated is that if I go down to run this laundromat, I need a place to live. So then I can't sell the place, or at least if I do sell the place, I need to figure out something else. So, of course, it gets complicated. I'm going to have to decide what to do. But I guess I'm pretending the laundromat thing's not going to happen, and I'm going to keep moving forward with the guy that wants to buy it and see how that goes. And then, when we get down to the wire, if I have to, I'll back out. We have nothing in writing, so it shouldn't be a problem. Anyway, how's that for a complicated life? I'm stressed about this, and I'm off to Vegas, so if I do take over the laundromat, basically the guy that is running it now, I told him I'd be available in February to do that. Obviously, that's contingent upon working through. Basically, my thoughts are we have to put up together an operating agreement where I'll agree to run it, and we'll do some kind of revenue split, cover the cost to a certain point, and at that point, $1 for me, $1 for him, with the understanding that, his end goal is to get me in there paying full rent for the place that he used to get. and my goal is to take it over, obviously, and run it as profitably as possible. So we'll see if we can get there from here. Like I said, this is probably dangerous the way I'm doing it, because if he does run it for a while and realize it's not that hard, then he will have no need for me. And like I said, as we talk, it seems like he's thinking of more things that he wants out of it, so my position's getting worse. So we'll see if anything comes of it. But I guess if it doesn't, it doesn't. It will be a big change for me if I do take it over. I'm used to basically, waking up when I feel like it, 9 or 10 o'clock. I get started usually. Sometimes I don't get going until noon when I'm here in Michigan. Anyways, that's part of because I'm here in Michigan. It's awful. It's the end of December right now. There's snow outside. Today it's actually raining, but typically it's well below freezing and freaking cold. So it makes it tough to want to get up in the morning sometimes. Anyway, we'll see how this goes. So this is my first day of trying to do a video log of what I did today. So that was my accomplishment. I'm trying to pack. I'm organizing pictures from the past, just because I happen to have not finished that up. I need to, I've got my copies of all my tax documentation right here from this year. I need to file that, figure out, find a folder for it, and put it somewhere safe so I can dig it up when I get audited, if I get audited. But anyway, I'm leaving tomorrow. Flight leaves at 7:20 and gets in around 9. It's going to be a long, brutal flight. I think there's a 3-hour time difference, so it's actually not a 2-hour flight. It's a 5-hour flight, which is boring. Hopefully it won't be too awful. And then I don't have a return ticket yet because I don't know how I'm coming back. I don't know if I'm driving the junk car. See, if I do buy the laundromat, I got to head to the Keys in February, and that means I know, well, either way, I know that I'm not going to go back to Las Vegas next year. Because I've got that Keys house to work on, so I need to get my furniture and stuff out of there so I can rent it. I also have to finish painting. I put in new floors last year and made some mistakes. There's a few gaps in the floors here and there, which I think I can fill the gaps in with either putty, or I think they make a wax that hardens over time that looks like wood. So it's going to fill in the cracks and then paint the walls. There's some damage in the walls, so I'm just going to try and clean it up and basically get some of the missing appliances in there. It doesn't have a dishwasher at all. It's got a really crappy refrigerator and kind of a crappy stove, so I'd really like to put a nice stove, a nice fridge, and a dishwasher in there and make it, make the kitchen look reasonable, because that's the thing that, if a woman's going to say no to a house, the biggest thing would be if the kitchen is crappy. So I want to fix up the kitchen, and I've got to do all this while I'm out there by myself. So basically I've got some furniture. My hope is that I can break the furniture down, cram it in the Escort, but it's a tiny car. On the way out there I had just one chair in there and it was stuffed full. But now that I think about it, I had a chair and a TV, and I didn't break the chair down. That was probably my mistake, because most furniture will break down into just a little pile of stuff if you take it apart, but if you leave it in one piece it takes up an awful lot of room. So when I was out there I bought two, two futon beds/couches, which those would work really nice in Florida. So I'm planning to pack those up, take them apart, take the frame apart, roll up the pad and as tight as I can. I think I can get them both in the car. And there's one comfy chair that I brought from here from Michigan. It's leather, it's white. I've had it forever. I really liked it. I think it'll come apart in little pieces too. So I'm hoping I can get all this stuff in the back of the Escort. Now I do also have a full-size queen mattress, which is brand new, like almost unused. I think I paid about $400 for it, but I don't know. I kind of suspect I won't be able to schlep that to Florida, even though I'd like to do that. We'll see how it goes. But I'm going to have a busy time out there. So that's what's going on today. Don't know if I'll do a log tomorrow since I'll be on the road. And hopefully next time I record this, I'll be recording a log from North Las Vegas, Nevada, where it's hopefully sunny and nice. So see you tomorrow.